Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? This is our shelf. Welcome back to another kind of episode. And today I just wanted to talk about the walkout that took place today on March 14th, 2018, in regards to the shooting in Florida. So I'm going to say right now, I'm a high school student. I did not take part in the the walkout. I just stayed inside, and I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna tell you right now the reasons I did not take part in it. It's because um, I just felt that the reasons for walking out, there were so many different interpretations of it, and I didn't want to be on this side or this side. I just wanted to stay neutral, and the best way to do that was to not participate in the walkout and just respect the 17 students who were unfortunately killed during that shooting in my own ways, and not have to do it during a protest or with other students, because I felt that just seeing people who were just seeing the people, different people, with their different signs, I didn't want to be associated with them. And I have my opinions, and you could probably kind of just get at what my opinions are, just by me not walking out. But they're pretty neutral. I'm just gonna say they're right, but they're leaning towards neutral. I'm not I'm not a hard conservative. I'm just trying to be my own person, and have my own opinions. But I didn't want to be associated with some of the people who were out there. And I'm going to tell you that I had my mind set on not walking out weeks before, but then actually my mind kind of changed leading up to it. I was like, maybe I should do this, maybe. And then as I got to school and I saw people carrying around posters saying different things, I said no. I didn't want to be associated with those people who, they might be intelligent, but they look ignorant with some of the things they wrote on those posters. They look kind of stupid, to be honest. But everyone's right. It's their right to have their opinion. It's the First Amendment. Now, what was I gonna say? There was a lot of people who felt very strongly, but it was not the right protest because, and this is my opinion on this, because you mix with all these kids who don't know anything about the subject. So you have them who are just walking out because they don't want to be in class. And so they're just walking out basically because they feel like it. They don't know anything about the subject, and they're just going around preaching what the person next to them has to say. And that's not good. I don't think that's a very wise thing, and I didn't want to be associated with them being uneducated either. What I did instead is I grieved for these 17 students in my own ways. I don't need to be associated with them. And I will say that the protest was not very disruptive because at my school, the time it took place at 10 o'clock, there was literally, there's a time in our schedule called tutorial, and it's like 20 or so 30 minutes of just free work time. So there's no instruction going on, and so it wasn't disruptive at all. I mean, it was 17 minutes of just not kids not being in the class, which is totally fine because there's no instruction, so kids are just free to do with their homework or listen to music, whatever, be on their phones. So it wasn't disruptive, which was a good thing. I think that was fantastic, that the timing of that protest. And I also will say that I think it was wrong for a lot of these news agencies to kind of condone this walkout. I felt that these news agencies, ABC News, I was watching CBS, CNN, they all were like, wow, this is amazing. This is a great way for students to stand up. And they talk about students like they're all just united against guns, which is not the case. Obviously, there's people who have different opinions, and that sounds intolerant. but I'm not going to get into that right now. But that's something I wanted to point out. It sounded very, very like they were just condoning it. And these schools don't want to, especially schools who don't have the tutorial like we do, they don't want to have to, their teachers don't want to have to give up instruction, especially if they don't care about the topic. So that's something I wanted to point out. And so I'm going to bring this up right now. I did take some video, so those of you who may be watching who did not witness the walkout, weren't in school, you can have some of this idea. I started recording as people were walking out. So here, I'll play it for you. So as you can see, I'm in my class, and they're walking out, you know. And here I'm just kind of looking at the door, and you could see that there are so many people. Like, look at all the people. It's almost like it's break time or lunch, and they're leaving their classrooms to eat lunch. But no, they're going all to this one area to look at or to take part in the protest. So pretty powerful. Really, it's amazing how they were able to organize. And that's one of the things they said in the news, how amazing it was for them to organize, which I also believe is amazing, you know, that this turnout happened. But I didn't want to take part in it for the reasons I stated before. So that's my class. They didn't participate, obviously. And I have so some pictures from the walk. You can kind of see that there's just a lot. This is from someone's story. I wasn't out there, like I said, but there's just so many people out there. This is kind of hard. It's not focusing. I don't know. So there you can see kind of better. There's just people with signs. You can't really see it because it's not focusing really well at all, which is a shame because I would like to show this to you. But you can kind of see the outlines of people, so many people with signs. Really amazing. And then I took this from some kid's Instagram. Oh, excuse my voice crack. I'm sick. But this was, I think, was funny, but I also thought it was kind of a little bit immature. Turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear. He's saying something about the Second Amendment rights.
We want Second Amendment rights!
People are booing him, you know. I don't think that was appropriate, especially because what they were doing, it was more of a ceremony for grieving. So, you know, I don't know. There was people out there, some with all their different opinions. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you my opinion on the walkout today as a high school student who did not walk out personally, and my opinion, or just my actions might be unpopular, but I wanted to try to give a neutral approach from my opinion and talk about the walkout. So thank you so much for watching, and if you watched the whole video and if you don't agree with me, definitely thank you for being tolerant of my opinion. And I hope you guys, I really think this was an amazing event, even though I don't agree with it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and comment what you think down below, make a discussion. So yeah, thank you so much.